All right, let's get started. So the agenda today is I'll share some research data. I'll connect it to what it is leading to. Then I'll connect it to the challenges which you have. Then give you some clarity, demystify all of that, and then help you become a better leader. So these are some alarming trends. You can see 83% from new generation have this pressure of the milestone. Right from Gen Z to people who are working in the office, there's a rise in burnout. So of this data, I did some research, behavior and the conduct of new generation from their attitude, from their mindset, and really see what is causing all of that. And then I found that most of that is influenced by social media, which has now become your convention. And therefore, I selected 3 of such ideas which are very popular today, and I'm going to demystify them for you. So my career started in 1992 as a medical representative. Then I created the Asian business team for my company in 2003. In 2020, I became the chief business officer, and now I have started 2 companies. Why am I telling this to you? Because all this has given me the opportunity to travel the world, to work with lead people from different cultures, different countries, work with almost 1,000 colleagues, sold my idea to 10,000 people, and have literally seen this world change from analog to digital. And therefore, I decided I'll give my insights to you so that I could contribute to the learning and the journey of your excellence. So let me talk about 3 different, very, very popular myths which the new generation is following. The first one is you must have a personal brand and it'll take you far. The second one is the world is expecting you to be perfect, or you should be perfect, or the world should be perfect. And the third one, which I think is very popular, follow your passion and everything will fall in place. So I'll explain this with the help of a story. There was a farmer, and you know, a classical farmer will have a farm, take the fruits, business as usual. They created the catalog with the help of stock images, not the actual images. All the fruits he had was sold very, very quickly, and the farmer was happy. But then what happened? He could not take care of the farm. He didn't have money, he didn't have time. As a result, because the fruits which were sold were not as good as he claimed, he lost credibility. The customers who bought these fruits did not give another chance to the farmer. As a result, the farmer lost the business. So what did he do? He made some correction, took care of the farm, manuring, modern technology, and all of that. Took the actual pictures of the farm, the fruits, and built the brand online, and the farmer is now doing far more business than he used to do. So why am I telling this story to you? The reason I'm telling this story to you, because the screen which you're watching is telling you to have a personal brand as your priority. These platforms are promoting themselves via you, but you thought it was the other way around. Building a brand online will give you distraction. It'll make harder for you to have honest conversation. You will set wrong expectation with people, and that is what is going to cost you your credibility. Remember, this will lead to a larger challenge of you hiding what you bring to the table. You will hide, oh, what was the struggle you went through? What was the pain? Where did you fall? How did you rise up? And guess what? What you need is to create value. Value for your family, for your professor, your teacher, your customer, and all of them, which will give you the credibility, the trust, and the base on top of which you can start branding. You know why? Because branding is a multiplier. Let's say your credibility is 0.5, you do the double marketing, and your business value you generate will be equal to what you promised. Let's say if you didn't have that much of value, it was only 0.2, you would have to do 5 times branding. Now let's flip it. If you had no value, what is 1000 times 0? Still a 0. And guess what? If the customer was not happy and they get negative review, they are telling others, and then your value is minus 0.2, anything you multiplies that minus. Therefore, if you're trying to fly a kite with holes, it doesn't matter if you have hidden the holes with the design, the kite is not going to fly. And therefore, my friends, build credibility, make value, of course, collect testimonial. You know what? How others tell your story is what counts, not how you tell your story. And therefore, my friends, build credibility, and top of that, then do branding. Contemplate with me. Tell me, look at them. Are they beautiful? Your earth, your moon, your sun. More importantly, do they give you life? The water, the plants, the air, the sky. But are they perfect? So Mother Nature created things which are lifeful, beautiful, not perfect. That's what God created. Let's move to what we created, family. Does this family look perfect? Is every one of them perfect? Does everyone do what is required to be done in the family? Importantly, are they happy? Are they together? Are they winning? Okay, that is what family did. How about your classmates, your friends? Are they all perfect? Let me tell you, the one who is most imperfect is closest to you. Do you know why? Because love, life, productivity lives far away from perfection. Now let me give you an example. You remember your most admired painting? Everybody admired that painting. Did you know everything before you started? You had an idea, you had creativity, and you just got started. What we are doing today, we want to know everything before we start, and therefore we have difficulty getting started. And what is it technically called? Procrastination, right? Look at this. Tell me which color is perfect. Yeah, right. Red for you, orange for you, yellow for me. But isn't it leading to inclarity of what is perfect? Because we don't know. What does it lead to? Technically, confusion. Let's look at another one. Oh, you remember your speech? You got an award? Can you do that better now? You can. It means it was not perfect when you won. Because when you're chasing that perfection, it leads to dissatisfaction. Now tell me, if I put those three pieces together, procrastination, inclarity, confusion, what is the outcome going to be? Low. Mind it, my friends, chasing perfection at best can give you mediocre results. Decide what you want. Follow kintsugi. So kintsugi is a Japanese art of pottery in which when the pottery is broken, they mend it with gold so that they could highlight the mistakes instead of hiding the mistake. And of course, if you can accept the mistake, highlight it, fix it beautifully, you'll create a masterpiece, and that applies to your life. Leave the perfection behind. Accept your mistake, learn from them. Once you have learned, use Kintsugi, highlight it so that you do not make the mistake again. And of course, keep trying, because Albert Einstein said that the one who has never failed or made mistake has never tried anything new. So if you want something new, follow this. Now you understand that the world do not expect you to be perfect. Now let's go to the third one. You remember you have played treasure hunt? I'm sure. So let's say that there's a treasure which you had to hunt, which is away from the city, somewhere in a cave, the river is flowing, the valley is there, and the hint is it is under the brightest star in the sky. What would you do? Would you just look at the star and move towards the treasure? Would you not evaluate, is that the brightest star? Or is that the star which I'm going to follow? Would you not want to find out, how do you get there? Would you not want to ask somebody, how do I go there? If it is far from the city, across the river, do you know swimming? And so on and so forth. I'm sure you will prepare. Take a compass, take a map, of course, take a torch. Find out what is required when you go from one place to the other. Who can swim, who can run, and so on. Next, where will you find the clues? Another thing, of course you will make a plan, you will write it down. You will know, this guy is the strongest one, he carries the stuff. She is the brightest one, she reads the map. He is a good communicator, he will communicate with everybody. Then of course you'll pick the food, the water, the umbrella, and. Yes or no? Next. You would have to collect a lot of information on the way, right? It's a new terrain. You've never been there. Has any one of you seen how does a wolf look like? No, because it's only in the book. When you're going, you would have to find all of that. Ask for guidance, of course. Be mindful. There are stages in your treasure hunt. Some teams will cross one stage faster, another team will cross another stage faster. You don't have to take the pressure. Most important, you would have to learn all the way. You will have to learn. Sometimes you've never been to a water stream. You have only swam in a swimming pool. Sometimes you have to cross the river, climb the mountain, climb a rope, and you would have to pick all of that during your journey. And yes, you have to become better and avoid troubles, right? Next. Now, a blind chase to the star, you know what it will give you? You'll get tired. You'll lose hope. And of course, without having a reference, am I going in the right direction? Is this where I'm supposed to be? You'll be lost. And at the end, without knowing if you can run faster, you can swim faster, you can climb faster, you will just follow whatever is written in the book. And guess what? If there's nothing written in the book, you're stuck. Next. And therefore, the real key to success is, it is not that the passion drives you. Your competence gives you the passion so that you can go on. Because the motivation you're looking for will not come from books. The motivation will come from what you have started doing well. Build your skills, bring traits like, I want to know this, be curious. I want to learn this, I want to explore this. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to work with people. Importantly, learn how to sell an idea, a product, a service? These are the most important 4 questions you can ask yourself. Question number 1, what you do the best, like no one can do in the world, or what problems can you solve? The second one, what problem you enjoy solving, or what work do you enjoy doing? Third, is it valuable for the world? Can they give you money for it? And fourth, do you make them happy doing your stuff or solving that problem? If answers to all of that is yes and one thing, that's your passion. Go chase that, and I assure you, once you have found it and you start chasing, you will be successful. One of the most gifted player. So what about people who are gifted? Right? We talked about passion, competence and all, but there are some people who are gifted. Hit next. The most gifted person in this world says, it took me 17 years and 114 days to become overnight success. What does he mean? He means that Instagram will still show me as an overnight success, but it took me almost a lifetime of effort to be there. So what are you waiting for? Whether you're gifted, whether you're talented, whether you're clear, till you have answered those 4 questions and till you have worked for 17 years and 114 days, you're still away from what you want to achieve. And I want you to wish all the very best to go and achieve that. These are the examples. Mark Cuban, you know the shark? He wanted to be an NBA player. Then he realized he was better at selling and he made a ton of money, and then he developed the skill to make money, and you know what he does today? Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Do you know that he was actually a football player? Till the teacher identified, asked him that you should do wicket keeping. Then he learned batting to become a great batsman, and then he developed leadership to become the only captain to have won all the ICC World Cups. Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, famous. He wanted to be a radio jockey or an announcer. Then he discovered he can act to become a legendary actor, and once the prime passed, he learned how to host a TV show, and probably he is the longest standing host in the world. Where they wanted, what they learned, where they went, is a confirmation for you that if you work in this direction, you can reach heights. So let me tell you that your social media is actually misleading you, because your social media said all you need is a personal brand, whereas in reality, you need to create value, have credibility. And that's what will give you the base so that you can apply branding. The social media tells you the world wants you to be perfect. The reality, next, everything is imperfect. There's nothing. Have you seen a tree which is symmetrically drawn? Do you know the earth is not symmetrical? Do you know the moon is definitely visibly not perfect? Everything around you is imperfect. Accept your flaws, learn from them, and importantly, accept flaws in others, accept flaws around you. The social media is telling you, chase your passion and everything will fall in place. We just now saw that's not the case, because the reality is that you would have to build your competence. And that competence will give you the passion so that you can drive yourself.